If you are looking to optimize your hashtag strategy, increase page visits, get more followers, target the right audience, then you are in the right place. In my last video, I talked about how to grow on Instagram, and I talked a little bit about hashtags, but today I really want to dive deeper and show you how to use them the right way so you can actually see the power behind using a strategy. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications because I will be posting videos every single Tuesday on all things social media, business, and mindset. So Instagram has very little SEO power and it's so difficult to be found. Your page and your post rely so heavily on hashtags to get that reach that it's so important that you actually use a strategy to your advantage for organic success. So I'm going to go through step by step on how to find the right hashtags and how to implement them for your posts. I won't be using any apps. All you need is your computer and your phone. I know that there's a lot of great apps out there. I know Flick is one of them, but I'm just going to show you how to do it the free way. And it does take a little bit more time, but it's so worth it. Take a look at your insights and see if your posts are currently reaching over 40% of users that are not following you. If not, you are not utilizing hashtag to its full potential and you are in for a treat. First off, when you're posting a photo or video, I want you to erase your group of hashtags saved on your phone or saved on your notes and stop copying and pasting. Every single one of your posts is going to be different, right? So you need to leverage and utilize the opportunity every single time you get to post to try new and relevant hashtags. And I truly mean every single time you post, you are doing hashtag research from scratch. And it does take a lot of time, but growing on Instagram takes a lot of time and effort. And if anyone else tells you otherwise, then they are lying. So when you copy and paste your hashtags, Instagram is going to consider it spam and you're not going to get the reach that you want. And there's just no point in even using hashtags if you're not going to use them the right way. The purpose of using hashtags is to hope that you actually get on top posts because that's where you're really going to get that traffic. So keep in mind that if you're using the same ones over and over and over again, the top post feed is not going to be just you. So you need to play around and you really need to find what works and what doesn't work for your page and for your posts. So let me break it down for you step by step. You want to make sure that you use 25 hashtags. I never use more than 30 because from my experience, I've noticed that it's not as effective. And I think it's because Instagram will consider that spammy as well. There's hashtags with low posts, with medium posts, and with high posts. Hashtags with low posts means low competition, but also low traffic. So it's easy to rank high and it will bring impressions, especially if it's doing well on there. Instagram is going to push it out to more people. So the lower hashtags are actually quite powerful. Same thing goes for medium hashtags, medium competition, medium traffic, more impressions than the low for sure. And especially if you make it for top posts. So these ones are also really, really good. Hashtags with high posts means high competition, high traffic. And if you rank in one of these, you basically won the lottery. But the only way to rank high on high volume hashtags is to slowly build your engagement so you are averaging the same amount of likes and comments as the top posts of the high hashtag. So if you have a smaller following or you're just starting from scratch, the majority of your hashtags should obviously be in the low competition. So I'd say about 15, and then you can use 5 for medium and then 5 for large. And the reason why you still utilize the large and the medium hashtags, even if you are new, is because you're still going to get some impressions because it is high traffic, but it only lasts for about a half hour to an hour before you get lost in the recent feed. Once you build your page and your engagement, that's when you can really start implementing more medium and high hashtags and have a higher likely of getting on the top posts. So I'm going to find hashtags for this photo so you can understand the process of how I do it. When I look up a hashtag, I always look at 3 things. So first is I make sure that the top post has around the same engagement like I said before. 2, I make sure that the photo fits in what Instagram considers to be top posts. And lastly, I make sure that the quality of my post meets the quality of the top posts. So another thing you want to keep in mind is you want to make sure that the photo you're posting is good quality because you will not make the top post if it's pixelated. I'm going to show you guys step by step how I find hashtags, and I'm going to look for hashtags for this flat lay right here of food, appies, whatever that is. And let's just say I'm a food blogger and I have about 1,000 followers with averaging 100 likes and a few comments here and there. So I have my photo ready. You're just gonna pull up Instagram on your desktop. It's a lot easier doing it on a computer, I find, than your phone. So I always do it on my computer. So here I'm gonna go, and then let's say I'm gonna start with foodies. So let's just go foodies. And then here, obviously the higher hashtags are gonna be up here. So you just wanna keep scrolling until you find ones that are relevant to you and are under 250,000. Most of the time for smaller pages, I will always go for hashtags under 100,000 because that's where you can really niche down and be able to have more of that opportunity of getting on top posts. So I like to go under 100,000 always. So foodies feed, this one is under 100,000. Let's check it out. This is the top post, and you can see right here, so this is quite high, but this one has about 100 likes, and then that one's quite high, that one's quite high, another 100, another 100, another 100, another 100, and then this one's high. So you can see that they're pulling photos in this range, and we obviously fit that range because we only get average about 100 likes. And so we meet the criteria there. So we do meet the average. And if you want to get really technical, you totally can. You can pretty much just add up the likes and comments of all of these and then divide it by 9. And then you can get the actual average of engagement. And then you can see if it matches yours. So let's just say that it does. And then what I'll do is you have to make sure that it looks like it would fit in. So here you don't have to actually do this part, but I'm just going to show you just to show you. So I'm going to put the photo here. And so here you can kind of see, does it make sense? Does it match with everything else? Does it look like it belongs on this hashtag? Would Instagram consider it to be top post? And I would say yes. It totally is in line. So this one is good to go. So then I would copy this and then I would keep that there. And then another thing you want to make sure is that you want to make sure that the quality of your posts kind of meets the same criteria as here. So very colorful, all food, totally makes sense. This is a good one. And then after you get here, the related hashtags are actually super helpful. So what I always do is I'll kind of just start opening all of these in a new tab. I know it gets crazy. So here I'll kind of look. So this is quite high. Higher than I would want. So maybe not that one. This one is also quite high. This one's high. This one's pretty low. And it does go, but I don't know if I like that one as much. I like this one. This one looks really good. So this one looks like high quality food photos. So I'm just gonna even like this one I don't really like, but let's put that there. Fits in, it looks good, it's food. So then again, I would copy this one. So under 100,000. And then obviously the 5 bigger hashtags and the medium ones, you can take from any of these ones because they are in the higher end. This one looks really good. So I'll put that here for my medium. And again, it does look like it fits in. It's all food related. And so I'm gonna start looking for blogger hashtags. So let's just put bloggers here. And then again, you just want to keep finding ones that are in the lower end. All right, let's do blogger style. Okay, so let's say you are a blogger and you decide to post a food picture. You would never use this hashtag because if you put this in here, it completely does not match. Instagram is considering top posts as more of that human element, and you don't see any food, even though it does have a pretty good range of engagement on the top posts. But at the same time, this is unrelated. So then you can keep trying to find more. Again, this is more people and places. So you know bloggers is no good. I think you have to get deeper. So then you go foodie blog or food blog. Then you would scroll down, let's find a smaller one, Food Blogger Pro. So again, it totally matches, it's all food related, and it goes well with everything else here. And then this is also under 100,000, so this would go under our 15 smaller hashtags. And so basically, you would fill this up with 15, and then you would get more of that medium end, so that 200 plus. And then the bigger hashtags, I always try to use location-based hashtags for the bigger ones, because if you are trying to attract clients that are in your area, it's probably better to use that. So I'm from Calgary, so I'm just gonna put YYC. So food is making on there, and the average is actually not that high, surprisingly, and it has over 10 million posts. So you would go there, kind of does fit. I guess you can see here that Instagram did consider this a top post, so you know that you have a chance. So I'm gonna put YYC as my big one. And keep in mind, your big ones, it's not always going to have that food in there. So most of the time I'll try to get even more specific. It's very rare when I do a random hashtag on a photo. I always try to make it relate to the photo. So here I'll just put food. This is a higher hashtag. You can see the average. We definitely meet that criteria. And so I would copy and paste this, and this would go on my higher end hashtags. So even YYC eats. It's probably another big one. So again, I would put that in here. And you can see that it does match what's going on. Very colorful, food related. So that is good. So it takes a lot of time doing this, but of course it's worth it. And once you see the results, you'll totally get used to this being a part of it. I mean, thinking of your caption should just be as important as finding the hashtags, because that's really the only SEO power that we have for Instagram, for your posts to be found, for you to be found. So hopefully that explains enough for you guys to understand how to do it yourself. But yeah, keep in mind that hashtags will only work if you provide good content. So before you even start implementing hashtag strategies, really take a look at the content that you're posting and make sure that it has value. Value-based content is what grows your page truly. Anyways, I really hope you guys found this helpful. Just don't give up, keep going, we're in this together, and I will see you guys next week.